we bought a company not too long ago, bought one of our competitors, and as we're sitting at the closing table buying this company, she turns and says to me, you know, I never would have sold this company if I could have found good employees. And I thought, wow, that's shocking. I mean, she sold the company because she couldn't find good employees. And that's a real challenge for any of us in business, whatever industry we're in. Well, here's kind of philosophically what we've done to turn that around and to get a good team together. We've got a team of 18 folks, and they're top notch. They really, really are. Part of the reason is when it comes to hiring process, we don't view it as a hiring process. We don't hire, we recruit. And let me tell you what that means. Not too long ago, I had to hire a new director of leasing. This was about a year ago. And I had ads out in the paper, or online, I should say, and we were bringing resumes in, reviewing these things, and it wasn't going anywhere. And finally I thought, this is ridiculous. I need to stop hiring. I need to start recruiting. So what I did is I got in my car and I spent a day driving around to every Class A apartment complex in our city. And I would walk into that Class A apartment complex and I would play the role as an individual looking to rent a property. I would say, hi, I'm looking to rent a property for a friend of mine. I'm just wondering if you can tell me a little bit about your product here. And then I would see how that leasing person interacted with me. And most of them would just throw some information at me, have a quick conversation, weren't impressive. Until I met Lindsay. When I came in, Lindsay greeted me. Lindsay was super friendly. Lindsay was excited. She was just awesome. Talked to me, showed me the product, and we had a great conversation. So during that conversation, at one point in time towards the end, I said, man, Lindsay, you're really impressive. How long have you been doing this? Oh, I've been here a number of years. I love leasing. I just love what I do here. And I said, well, you're very good at it. You know, I actually own a property management company, and we're looking to hire a director of leasing for residential properties, single family homes. Have you ever done anything like that? No, I've never done anything like that. I said, well, I'd love to have a conversation with you about that if you'd be interested, because you are impressive. And she says, you know, oh, I could never leave. I'm very, very loyal to where I'm at. I could never leave, and I'm a very long-term person. I don't like to job skip. So now I'm like drooling, right? I'm like, oh my gosh, this is exactly the kind of person we want. So have a couple conversations. We do bring her into the office and we put her through kind of the interview process. We hired her. We stole her away from the apartment industry. And she's awesome. She's a rock star. But see, rock stars aren't out there looking for work. They already have work. So you need to recruit them. You can't wait for them to come to you. You've got to go find them. Now, once you find somebody who you think may be good, you want to put them through 4 filters. There's 4 questions, 4 tests you want to put that prospective hire through. We call them the 4 C's. The first C is this, character. And the concept is, can I trust you? So this doesn't mean character like don't steal my money. We all get that, right? But this is, can I trust you with my owners? Can I trust you with my tenants? Can I trust you with my fellow employees? There has to be a very, very high degree of character. You've got to be able to trust that person. So if they meet that first C, the second C is this, chemistry. Do I like you? You're going to be spending a lot of time with whoever you hire and bring into the office. Make sure there's a strong chemistry there between that person and the other individuals on your team, between them and your owners. Do they have that likability side? If somebody can connect and they're likable, that goes so far. Third is culture. Culture is the concept of, do they buy into the unique way that you do business? We all do business differently. So these aren't right. Culture is not a right and wrong thing. It's just your way of doing business. We in our office, we're professional, right? I mean, we dress up. So if somebody comes into our office and they're wearing flip-flops and shorts to interview, that's not going to be a good fit. Now for other companies, maybe it's a great fit, but it wouldn't be a good fit for us culturally. And then the last of the 4 C's is competency. Now and this is just the straightforward idea of, can you do the job you're hired to do? Now the problem with most of us when we hire is we go right here. This is the only thing we consider. Well, gosh, they've got experience in leasing. They've been leasing for 2 years. I'm going to hire them. This is the last and least most important of the 4 C's. Why? Because usually you can train for this type of stuff. Now, if you're hiring an accountant, make sure they have some accounting skills. But I'm a big believer in hiring for attitude and training for skill. Make sure they meet those other C's, and if so, then just make sure that they're competent. Now, some of you are watching this thinking, that's great, Mark. I wish I would have seen this 2 years ago, or a year ago, or 6 months ago before I made that bad hire. So let me give you real quick our philosophy on when to fire. And this is difficult, right? Nobody likes to fire somebody. But I talk to so many property management company owners in other industries who have someone they need to let go, but they're afraid to do it. They don't know how, they don't know why, they don't know if they should or not. So here's our philosophy on that. Number 1, go back to those 4 C's. If you're gonna fire somebody, you need to be able to articulate, at least to yourself, on which of those 4 C's they don't fit into. You would hire them either because there's a character issue, a competency issue, a chemistry issue, or a culture issue. It's gotta be one of those 4 reasons. And here's the question to ask yourself if you're on the fence about letting a person go. Knowing now what I know about this person, if I could go back in time, would I hire them again? And if the answer to this question is no, then you know what you need to do. And it's hard. It's no fun firing somebody. I hate doing that. Anytime you fire somebody, the weeks, days leading up to that are awful. And it's true, and it should. All that means is you have a soul, and it's hard to do. But when you release that person, they're going to find something better for themselves. Your company's going to find a better person, a better fit for your organization. It's a necessary part of being the leader. Being the leader doesn't mean you do the easy things. It means you do the necessary things. And sometimes that is necessary for the success of your business. But when you're hiring the person, when you're hiring that replacement, don't hire, recruit, and you will find A players for your business. Because at the end of the day, the team with the best players usually wins.